Have you ever wondered how we can actually find out where the image is of an object when you have a convex mirror? So if you stay with us, I'm going to share with you how we can trace the rays of light so you can figure out where it is. My name is Alain Faber. I've been teaching for more than 25 years. I've been teaching science in high school, and science is one of my main interests. That's why on Saturday morning, I have a live show where I present information about science. Second, I share with you the questions I had from this week from my students, from people as tutor, so that I can share with you ideas to better understand the topics. Because I do believe that when you really understand a topic, then education becomes transformational. You no longer survive what you have to do, but you are thriving. So let's continue to see how we can figure out how we can trace where an image is. So let's see. So here you can see how our setup is. We have here the principal axis of a convex mirror. My convex mirror is here, so this is behind the mirror. We have the center of curvature. So if I have this point here, it is the same distance between the center of curvature. Oh, so another, it's called the center of curvature. Let's see if I can put it better. The center of curvature. There you go. Between the center of curvature and the vertex, I have what I call the focal point. Focal point is where all the rays of light will focus when you are using light and curved mirror. Now let's see. I have here an object that is on this side, because when you have a mirror, let's see if we can see examples of mirror. So if I go here, so here this is in Nancy in France. We have here a mirror that is a convex mirror. It allows us to have a view of all the surrounding from this point. That makes it interesting. The other example I have is this one. This one is used, for example, in stores or when in drive-through. It allows people to have a big view of what's happening, but also if you were to put a camera right behind it, you can see a bird's view of all of what is happening. Another example I have, let's see. So here, when we are in Canada, we have buses. So if you have school buses, you often have these mirrors. These mirrors are convex like this. It allows you to have a much larger view of what's happening. These are very important when you're thinking of safety of students in a school bus. So the question here is so if you look at this example right here, we have here a person that we can see the image of a person. The image is smaller. So that means that where we are looking from, this is where the human is with their camera. So that means that the image of that person is much smaller. And where's the image? It's inside the mirror. The same way if you were to go in the washroom and you look at yourself in the mirror, you would find yourself in the mirror, like within the wall. And by the way, I'm going to put here a link for video for plane mirrors, or you can go and check on the channel. You see there's a video that explains how plane mirrors work. So here we notice that the image is here. It's upside. It's right side up. So that's something to keep in mind. And it's much smaller. The beauty with this, as I mentioned, you put the camera behind the mirror. The camera could be a small aperture, and then you can see a lot of what is going on. So let's see if we can trace the rays to explain where the image is. Perfect. So far, I've done several videos on how we can trace rays. So we're going to trace rays from this object. So if I have here a ray that is parallel to the principal axis. What is interesting is we don't have a focal point on this side, on the same side of the object, but it's behind the mirror. So that means that if you were to take here a line from this focal point, you would have here a reflected light from that point forward. So it's one thing to keep in mind. Let's look at another ray of light. If I have a ray that is going from this object towards here, the focal point, what will happen is that it's here towards the focal point, it will be reflected parallel to the principal axis. But interestingly enough, this reflection, you could extend this, you can extend the line to the back here. Perfect. So here what we have a point of intersection. The point of intersection is right here, the same way we have a point of intersection right there. Some of you might say, well, when we have the concave mirror, we have 3 rays. So let's see if we can do a third one. So if I have a ray that is going here to the vertex and therefore is reflected this way, so we have my third ray that is meeting here at the tip of the object. If you were to extend it at the back, you would have the 3 rays meeting at the back here. So here, this is something that is interesting. So first of all, we have an object that is in front of the mirror, and we have an image that is behind the mirror. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. Second, we have an upright object here, but we have also an upright image that appears behind the mirror. So this one is upright. It is a smaller, and interestingly enough, it is a virtual image. It is a virtual image because I could not take a screen and try to project that image on the screen because the image is behind that mirror. So let's see if we can look at the example I had earlier. I have an object that exists that is much bigger in front of the mirror, and we have an image that is still upright, appearing smaller on the mirror. So let's have a look again. So here I have my mirror. I have here the image that is smaller than the real human in front of the mirror. The human taking the picture is upright. The image of this person is upright as well. And here the image is virtual because it's inside that mirror, and we will not be able to use a screen to be able to project the image. So this is an example of how we can actually use rays of light to figure out where the image is given an object in front of that mirror. If you've enjoyed this video so far, don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel. I'm always putting together videos about science from questions from my students or students I tutor, but also if you put comments in the video, if you put questions, clarification questions, I will use those to create more videos. And you'll see that's how we can grow a community, and I can't wait to teach you more things and learning together. On this, I'm going to put here the link of another video that you will enjoy about science, and I'll see you there.